Hello and welcome to another edition of Comics and Pop. I'm one of your hosts, Jonathan Rosen, along with Troy Cannon and Carlos Idaraga. And today we are doing, I guess, a Marvel hodgepodge. A few topics that we got to get to, a lot of stuff of Marvel in the news. We have Hawkeye, Spider-Man, Black Panther news, but let's start it off with Hawkeye. Tonight is going to be episode 5, but we want to cover 3 and 4 first. I'm loving this series. A lot to process from the last one. We know someone's coming, but let's, Carlos, start with you this week. What do you think of the last episodes 3 and 4?
So far, it's a great show, a fantastic show. Everything about it is has been good so far. I mean, the characters have been great. The character development so far has been really cool. If I have like a negative thing to say about it, was maybe I think Troy agrees with me. Echo doesn't seem to be as strong as she is in the comics. I mean, the way when in episode 4 when Black Widow is introduced, the Black Widow sisters introduced, because they hired a Black Widow to, basically to take out, the new Ronin. When he's fighting Echo and her, and he's kind of like pretty much handling them almost, and these are like two major fighters and stuff. Even though Hawkeye is great, also, I don't know. They kind of see Echo seem kind of like a little bit weak to me. So that's the only bad thing that I would have to say. Everything else about it is cool. The introduction of these characters. I mean, obviously we know that, the Kingpin is coming, unless, they bust out a whole, like WandaVision did with Mephisto and just, throw a curveball and don't bring it, but, there's a lot of things that are coming. I mean, the Swordman is fantastic. I love everything about it so far.
I don't know if he was handling. To me, he was like getting his ass kicked a little bit until Kate showed up. Oh, there goes. until Kate started showing up.
I think he agrees with me, though. I think that he agrees that yeah. I mean, obviously, Kate showed up to kind of even things out a little bit, but because he was fighting both of them. But I mean, I don't know. It just seems to me that they're making her out to be a little bit Echo, a little bit weak. I mean, like I said, it's just they're just introducing the character and stuff. So we'll see how things change. And maybe she's just blinded by the hate because she's trying to she wants to get to the bottom of Ronin, who killed her dad. So maybe she's a little bit not being rational and thinking. But Echo is a serious character.
Troy, give me your thoughts.
I agree. I think in the MCU, Netflix extended MCU, I think Daredevil is probably the best fighter. You would expect Iron Fist to be better, but like Carlos said, meh. And then you would expect Shang-Chi to be better, but not really. He didn't really. I mean, he had those freaking rings. He wasn't really karate sizing people like I expected. So right now, Daredevil is probably the best hand-to-hand guy that they've shown. In the comics, Echo was dusting him. She dog walked him. So I'm thinking she should be the best fighter on this show. And Kate climbed up and blasted her with an arrow, and she like, wow, she pinned her to the wall when she was in the apartment. When she showed up, I was like, oh, wow, they're going to have to get another actress to play Kate because this one's dead. She's not what I expected. I expected her, but then again, I expected Iron Fist to be an incredible fighter too, and he wasn't. So here's my theory. We have a pretty good idea that the Kingpin is coming. Echo's having her own show, which will supposedly showcase the Kingpin. I think that Echo does not quite have her abilities yet. I think she's tough. I think she's skilled, but I don't think, because Kate, she and Kate both started training at young ages. And Kate's family was rich, so she probably had some really good teachers. But Echo was being, she was being sent out by Uncle Kingpin. So he's rich. So the people who were training her were probably experts. So they should have been, kind of on par, except Echo was like furious and wanted to kill everybody because of her pop. So she had that. So I expected her to be tougher. So what I'm thinking is somehow Kingpin is going to enhance her in the show. And that's part of what it'll be about. Her coming of age being the Echo we know from the comic books, because she is not the Echo we know from the comic
Not
books
yet.
right now, not yet. Also, when someone purchased the Avengers Tower, originally I was thinking it could be Goblin, Green Goblin.
Osborn, Norman Osborn.
I was thinking Osborn, but now I'm thinking Kingpin, because he's a street level kingpin of crime. He's a street level boss. He doesn't want some green giant busting through his wall, smacking all his people up. He wants to end that kind of stuff. So I think that he may have bought the tower to get the key, to get into that, whatever room that the watch, whatever enhancement or whatever that's going to be. I think he wants that watch. And he sent Echo and the tracksuits to get it for him. So he's not like, because he's been to jail twice now in the series. He don't want to go back. So he's got buffers now. And I think that he's going to do that. I also have a thought about Hawkeye's wife, but we'll get to that in a second.
We'll definitely have to cover that. I mean, I love 3 and 4. I'm loving this series. I keep saying this about every series. I don't know, but this might be my favorite one of the Disney, plus Marvel series so far. I'm just so into it. I loved everything about it. When they were fighting, I didn't have the same take as you. I thought he was getting his ass kicked pretty much up there until Kate comes in, and then but that was Yelena coming over there. I mean, we knew that she was coming. You just knew that it was her. You knew that, and I thought that was a good introduction to her in this series. It was fun. That was a fun fight scene. Everything about it, and I'm liking Kate Bishop in this too. I'm liking her character. I'm enjoying the interplay between the two of them. It's just been a fun series, and it's Kingpin. He's pretty much, D'Onofrio's pretty much confirmed it on Twitter. He keeps teasing everyone on Twitter about it, and so he's coming. And I'm assuming that he's going to be coming in episode 5. We're running out. There's only 6 episodes in this one, so I think the next one we're going to start seeing him. I mean, I'd be highly disappointed if that's not him right now. Every little clue leads us to believe that it's him.
It'd be funny if it was Mephisto.
Right.
The only other guy, because I thought about this, what could they do for a swerve? The only other guy that's crime affiliated in the comics in Marvel has a similar, not the same, but a similar stature as the Kingpin, and always dresses suits and stuff like that. Hammerhead. That's the only thing. They could make Hammerhead the uncle, twist the story a little bit, and then in Echo they could have Hammerhead versus Kingpin. That could be the big war that they have. And maybe they had Wesley, who was kind of playing the part of the Arranger. Maybe he'll actually get the Arranger for the show, because I love that guy. He would stand there with the glasses and yes sir, no sir, and he'd take care of everything. I love that guy because he was unassuming.
I would like to see Hammerhead's introduction to the MCU. He's a fun character. Wasn't there also, what's his name, Silvermane? Is that the one?
There are 3 Silvermanes. Well, there's three parts of that family. The leader is an old dude with silver hair, and he eventually has to be in a wheelchair. And it branches off into the Nefarious family with Count Nefarious, and Count Nefarious eventually becomes the Superman type guy in the Marvel universe because he steals a bunch of villains' powers. and his daughter, Nefarious's daughter, is Madame Mask. So that brings us back to Madame Mask again, and I think she's in this. I think she's in it, man.
I'd like to see. I'd like to. I mean, I love every time they introduce anyone new that from the MCU. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I would love to see all these people, but it's Kingpin. There's like no doubt in my mind that we're going to see Kingpin there.
Got to be Kingpin.
So we'll see. And you will let's go. Let's talking about a little bit about Hawkeye's wife. A lot of rumors flying around. Troy, you hit upon it. Let's.
I think it's Mockingbird. I think it's Mockingbird. I'm pretty sure it's Mockingbird. I'm not 100% sure. But if I had to bet some other dude's life, I'd say, yeah, man, it's Mockingbird. I'm not going to bet my life. But if I had to bet another guy, yeah, I'd say Mockingbird, man, because in the comics, that's his wife. That's his end all be all love interest. And when they introduced her in the cabin and he brought the Avengers there, and Tony Stark is like, she's a spy. She's got to be a spy. I was like, it's Mockingbird. But then she had a different name. So I was like, oh, well, maybe it's not. But it didn't dawn on me that moment about, middle names. Her middle name could be like Rebecca, and they just call her Bobby for short. So that's where the Bobby could come from, or maybe she's using her middle name now. I don't know, but they can twist it too. They're always twisting stuff, giving us the it was Agatha all along. They're always stringing us along. But I think it's Bobby.
It makes too much sense for it to happen, for it not to happen. It's there. She's not doing anything in this show. All she's providing right now is like, you see the talking head on the phone call. Yeah, how you doing? Oh, the kids will understand. There's more to it than that. There's got to be more to it than her just being there for support to him. She's got to me, the same thing. She's got to be introducing someone else.
And
he acts way too calm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for those of us who have been married, or you guys who are still currently married, if you tell your wife, yeah, I'm gonna be in New York for a week, whatever, I'll be home by Christmas. I'm sure, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Do what you gotta do. Have fun. Go kill the bad guys. I'm sure that's exactly what they're gonna say. And she's kind of like, she's a little bit too understanding to not be a part of that world or have been a part of that world. So it makes sense that she's Mockingbird. I mean, it doesn't really, if she had nothing to do with that world, she wouldn't. And I wouldn't believe her character the way her character is acting.
And you got to figure. I mean, he's a world-class assassin that works for S.H.I.E.L.D., who has a lot of red in his ledger. How is it he met her? I mean, just think about it. If you're with your wife, you guys are sitting down on your second date, and she's like, there's probably something I need to tell you. And she explains that she's a world-class assassin, and she's been killing people for the last 8 years with a freaking bow and arrow. You'd be like, yeah, she's crazy. But she stuck around. He had to tell her because she knows. So how do unless she's in the business with him, how does that work? She's got to be in a business.
Right. And like he always said, there was like, how did this happen? And he's like, S.H.I.E.L.D. like let me have this, like they let him have this. So, they're not just gonna pick some, he's not just gonna find some chick on the street and like he's like, he's in the same business as like the Black Widow was, right? So, these people, they're not gonna date, regular Joes and stuff, knowing that if a bad guy finds out who their spouse is, whatever, they're probably gonna go after them, try to get to them. So he's gonna get with somebody who could, she can defend herself, right? So it's definitely, if it's not Mockingbird, I would be shocked.
What do we want to see now from the last two episodes? What is it we think we're going to see, and what do we want to see?
So I guess what we said before, for me personally, I mean, obviously Kingpin, right? That's the main thing that we know is coming, and unless like I said, unless they throw us and it was Agatha all along type thing, we know it's the Kingpin. So obviously that, and then the beginning of like I said, of what's coming, of the young Avengers, the younger generation of they're obviously gonna have younger heroes. They introduced Echo, and they introduced the new Black Widow, obviously. So hopefully they start introducing this younger generation of characters in Avengers, that'll be around for the next, 20 years or so.
Troy, what do you want to see here at the end? What do you think we're seeing?
Well, they've only got 2 episodes left, so basically 2 more hours. So they're going to have to bring up Kingpin. If they bring up Kingpin, they're going to have to even by passing, they're going to have to mention Daredevil. I think even by passing, even I was aggravated by a man in Hell's Kitchen. Even if it's just by passing, then Bobby or not Bobby? What's the Yelena? She's going to have to fight with Clint one more time, so they can have the superhero fight where they have the misunderstanding.
But she wants to kill him, right? Yeah.
She wants to kill him like to death. So she's got.
Usually that's killed.
If she wanted to really kill that guy, she had a gun there. Why didn't she just shoot him? I'd never do this, and I would never suggest.
It's more personal, though.
But if I had to do it, if I had to, and I had a gun, and I knew that this guy was Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson level fighter, oh, he's getting shot. I'm not walking up and boxing with that guy because I'm mad. Maybe I'll shoot him in both his legs and both of his arms, and then we'll fight. But I'm not. I mean, that guy can kill you. Why would you risk that? You never get any revenge for your sister if you're dead. So I was wondering about that, but they've got to get together, and he's got to explain what happened. But also, I wonder, she hasn't seen her sister in a really long time, but they were close, and she never knew about her sister's best friend. His best friend, they went to other planets together, and she never knew that was her sister's best friend. How's it happen? I don't know.
The movie implied, Black Widow movie kind of implied that they were out of touch at certain points too. So I'm assuming.
But she followed her. Remember, she said she's going to follow her because she's like, why do you always do that landing? That thing where you flick your hair and you land. She's been watching her, and she's been watching the Avengers, and she doesn't know that Hawkeye is an Avenger and her sister's best friend. She's been like cyber stalking her. I don't know.
So I'm all concerned as the more we go on this, as they're introducing the characters that we think would become part of the Young Avengers. I'm all concerned what's going to be happening with Hawkeye. I mean, I don't want to lose him in the MCU either. And I don't think they would kill him off here, but I do think that maybe he'll be like, oh, I'm ready to retire and out the pasture. I'd rather see that, because then he could always come back. Then there is that small fear that, dead, but I don't think it's going to happen. But there is always.
I don't think they're going to kill him. I don't think they will kill him. Not on a Disney show.
You never know.
It's supposed to be like the Christmas,
right? Yes.
Version. They're like the Marvel's Christmas, new Marvel's Christmas
Right,
show, whatever.
They want people to watch this every year for Christmas.
I don't think they're going to end it with Hawkeye's dying. So that. I think it's going to go more the route that, he'll be with his family and thinking more about like retirement and stuff. Now that there's going to be a new Hawkeye that's going to be taking the mantle.
If they wanted a younger Hawkeye, they could take that Hawkeye in one of the movies and put a mask on, the Hawkeye mask, right, with the H on the forehead. They could do that for like a movie or maybe even 2 movies. He's always wearing the mask. And then one day he takes the mask off and like, I don't know. I was going to say Iron Man, but he's not there. I was going to say Cat. He's not there. Thor could look at him and say, "You look different," and it could be a different actor, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I lost a little weight."
What do we say about the Young Avengers? Is that they're going to be on Are we hearing the rumors that's going to be on Disney, or that's going to be on the big screen?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good question. It's stuff. I mean, it's stuff. It's the kind of stuff that I guess we should know since we're doing this kind of stuff. But I have no idea, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, let's. I can't wait to see the last 2 episodes. I mean, I'm loving it. I cannot wait. Looking forward to it. We'll recap them when they're done. But let's move on quickly over to Spider-Man. It's coming out this week. It got great reviews today. I just saw that it had the premiere last night. Got some great reviews. So what are we hearing? What do we want to see? Troy, start with you this time.
Well, for some reason, all right. They changed a lot of things with the movie guys, depending on who's playing a particular person. Like that one girl in the X-Men movies that was, I can't remember her name, the one that was playing Raven. She's a big name. She's a big muckety muck in the children shooting each other with bow and arrows movie. I can't remember the name of that one either. But she was a big muckety muck. So they brought her in, and she's like, "Well, I want to be a hero. I want to be the star of the show." So they let her, and they made a villain, which we would know as a villain, made her the leader of the X-Men. And I'm like, well, that's completely wrong. That's like the Joker leading the Avengers or the Justice League. It made any sense. With Spider-Man, I think one of the bigger names is Jamie Foxx. And in the commercials and stuff lately, I've been seeing a lot of Jamie Foxx. He's been like looking around, you know, the possibilities of this world. And I'm thinking, well, why aren't they showing like the Kingpin or the Doc Ock or somebody who you would expect to have a bigger role, since they played a bigger role in the movies? But they're showing a lot of him. So I'm thinking we're going to get a swerve, and there's going to be a lot more Electro than we were expecting.
Carlos, what are your thoughts?
I didn't think about that. I mean, I think Jamie Foxx is also because, you know, he's a big name. You know, definitely. Even though, I mean, in the comic book world, obviously Doc Ock is bigger than Electro, but in that, you know, in the movie world, getting people to come see the movie, you know, Jamie Foxx is a bigger actor than you know, than Molina, right? Exactly. As far as the movie, I mean, obviously, you know, what everybody's thinking, you know, it's going to be the multiverse, and you're going to see, you know, all three Spider-Mans, you know, Garfield and what was the other guy's name?
Tobey Maguire.
Maguire. I always forget Garfield's name, and I say Garfield's name, Maguire. So obviously, you want to see that. What an interesting thing that I saw today. I sent it to you guys at the premiere. Jared Leto was at the premiere. Which was weird. So I was like, I wonder if they're going to introduce him in the movie. If he's going to
the Joker.
Huh? Right, exactly. Or maybe, you know, maybe he's like an after credit scene, you know, since Morbius is coming out, right? Maybe he's, you know, and you know, tie him in, because I mean, obviously, you know, he's a Spider-Man.
I read there are two after credit scenes, two post credit scenes. They're coming.
Right. So I found that interesting. You know, at the premiere, you know, all you know, pretty much all the big names they showed the walking down the aisle, and they showed him too. So I was like, why would he be there? You know. So then maybe, you know, maybe he's in the movie. So that would be really cool if they introduced him in the movie before the actual Morbius movie come out, which we already, you know, saw the trailer and everything. It looks great. So that would be pretty interesting if they included him in there.
They said the cheer that this movie got equaled the Avengers scene with the hammer.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like, as this is, you know, we're all right now living like in a COVID, post-COVID, you know, not really post because we're still in COVID world, right? So this is, to me, this is like the big Marvel movie that we've been waiting for since COVID started, basically, you know, because I mean, we've got, you know, Black Widow, we got Shang-Chi, we got the Eternals, you know, which are all the good movies, but, you know, Spider-Man is, you know, is Spider-Man.
This
right?
movie's gonna be huge. This movie's
exactly. So this is you know, this is the Batman basically of the Marvel world. You know, DC's coming out with Batman, so you know that's like their big thing. You know, for Marvel, it's Spider-Man. So the fact that it's such a big thing, and there's so many, you know, there's gonna be so many stars in the movie, and you know, and Doctor Strange is tied in, so it ties into, you know, the whole MCU and everything that's going on. So I mean, this is the big one. This is like, yeah, it feels like it's an Avengers movie coming out, basically, you know, because
so many characters in this one.
Right.
I can't. It's been tough going online to try to stay clear of spoilers.
Right. Yeah,
Twitter doesn't always help. Twitter people just post.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see it on Friday, hopefully. You know, so I'm trying to stay. I mean, even if you look at the spoilers, you kind of like, you know, most of the sort of rumors that we kind of already know. But I'm going to try to steer clear so I can kind of be a little bit of surprised and stuff as far as like, you know, what the after credit scenes are, and you know,
I've been trying to steer clear totally of the after credit scenes. I don't want to even see the.
I don't want to know exactly. So I want to try to, you know, steer clear until Friday so I can, you know, catch the movie and then hopefully, you know, we can talk about it and have a big brouhaha.
Look, I mean, to me, there's no way that those others are not appearing. There's no way Garfield and McGuire are not appearing in this movie. But
Right.
we'll see. Troy, what are your tickets for? You got Thursday tickets?
Well, I had kids, and I didn't think the wife was going to be here. She's here, so now I already bought for Friday, but now I'm wishing I could change them or just sneak in or something.
So I'm the only one that has for
Right.
Thursday, huh?
Yeah, I'm
You want
going
Thursday
Friday.
midnight?
I
I'm
got
going
Thursday
Friday
at 4
at 10.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Well, it comes out during the day. I thought it comes out.
Yeah,
midnight.
no, Thursday it comes out. I think they start showing it at noon on Thursday even.
Oh,
No.
okay. No, I'm gonna do. I'll probably do a matinee on Friday.
Oh, I'm gonna be calling you guys at 4:30 and spoil it all for both of you.
Ah,
If it's coming
That's-
at noon
that's-
on Thursday, ooh,
it's just kind of hard to
Yeah.
steer clear of like the social media and stuff, because it's people you have all.
It's
these
already
people-
because the premiere was last night. It's already
That's
over.
what I'm saying. It's all over. Yeah, so I'm trying to anything when I see Spider-Man, I don't click on.
I don't
And
click
then
on it, but sometimes you
I
can't.
try
you
to go
scroll
fast because
Right.
sometimes they even put it in the freaking title. you know?
Yep. Oh, I hate that. I hate when people do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I'm all excited for this one. This is the one. This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be a great movie. Like I said, it's already been getting great reviews. I think it's gonna be a redemption thing. That's already talking, and that the villains are gonna become like. Some of them are gonna be turning good at some point or another. So I don't know. We will see what happens. I'm very interested in this one.
That's the one. That's the one thing that I kind of like. I'm against, every from that, like all these heroes are all like becoming like anti-heroes and stuff, anti-villains. They're like, it's like, what happened to a good old bad guy that you can just hate and stuff. It's like everybody's kind of like, people are starting to root for the bad guy stuff now.
No, I'm with you. I want to see my villains be villains. I want to
Right,
see
exactly.
evil.
Yeah, I want to
like
be
you
happy
said.
when they die, or when they lose.
there's
when
nothing
they
wrong
go
with
wrong,
Darth Vader.
Right, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with Darth Vader, I
But even
loved
he
him
turned.
because I hated him so much. He blew up Tatooine. I'm like, dude, who does that?
But he turned at the end.
They turned him, yeah. But I guess it
that's
was
right.
it was
Yeah,
different,
yeah.
right? But I mean, it's just I want my villains to do hard time. I want my villains to be like they did the Vulture. Vulture was bad throughout the whole movie. He was an eye, and at the end, he was bad. He went to jail, and he was bad throughout the whole movie. So, and
Yeah.
I mean, they've kind of done that with the kid, but I mean, like you said, from the looks of it, it looks like they're gonna try to make it so that they're not bad. But no, I want them to, even
Stay
if
bad.
they come, right, exactly. If they come to this universe, and I want them to try to make sure that
Well, that's the thing. You want them to stay
Right,
there
this
because you want to be fearful. If they get out of jail, they're coming after me.
right, exactly.
So, all right, we'll end up with one little thing. A lot of stuff about Black Panther coming up now. Possible recasting. So, all right, Troy, let's go to you this time.
I thought this. I had a dream about it. And in the dream, Letty was let go. And I was like, she's not gonna be Black Panther. Because I just felt that. And now she's not gonna be, and for a stupid reason. So she's not gonna be Black Panther. And I'm thinking, you know what? For just that one thing that she didn't want to do, it wasn't gonna kill her. And she lost, I don't know, maybe millions of dollars. There is not a lot that I wouldn't do for millions of dollars. And that one.
Oh, I know, Troy. You've done it for a lot less.
I have, and and short skirts too. And I got pictures and video. So I don't know why she would do that, but to each his own, I guess. But maybe she's just got millions of dollars and she's like, I just don't need those particular millions of dollars. And now they got to recast. So I'm thinking, what are
It'd be
they
interesting, because they're recasting. I mean, they're going to have a whole different direction now when what they started with the movie. I mean, we had Chadwick's unfortunate passing, and now her, and so this whole franchise is kind of like getting upended a little bit.
Yeah, now they can recast her. If they still want to make Shuri the Black Panther, they can recast her because it's been a few years. They can get someone a similar body size and just say she's older. And people will look and say, oh, okay. And they can say that after, but everyone will know it's not her because I reread that she got fired. But when you're in the theater and you're watching it and a woman turns around and they're like, Shuri. And she's like, yes, mother. They're going to be like, oh, okay, well, she's Shuri. And they're going to let it go. It's just like Bewitched. when those two Darrens,
Darren.
when was it Dick York and Dick Sargent?
Yes.
When one left, I was watching, and there was one guy, and next week there was a different guy, and I was like, wow, he looks different. But then I just kept watching it. That was it. So I guess that's how it'll happen.
At least she still had Dick. That's
There you go.
Carlos, your thoughts on this?
So for me, it's like it's not. I like the Black Panther to me, passed away already, right? Chadwick Boseman, he was a Black Panther. Like, if I were to go to a coffee shop and sit down and have a cup of coffee, Chadwick Boseman sat down next to me, like, holy crap, that's Chadwick Boseman. First of all, because he's dead, so I'd be like,
especially now, right?
But if he wasn't, I'd be like, oh my God, that's Chadwick Boseman. You're the Black Panther. I'd freak out. If Shuri, the girl who plays Shuri, sat down next to me, I wouldn't recognize her. I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. She was good in the movie. Don't get me wrong, but she, to me, she's not the Black Panther. She's the Black Panther's little sister. And I know that the route they were going was to make her the Black Panther. She was going to take on the mantle, so they can still do that and recast, anyone. And she didn't make that big of an impact to me. I thought she was good, but she didn't make an impact the way Chadwick Boseman did as Black Panther, or Downey did as Iron Man, or some of these other characters. What's his name in Daredevil, Cox in Daredevil, Charlie Cox. These are people that, like, oh my God, these are the actors. So she's not even the Black Panther. So they can just recast anything. For me, more of like, I want to know if they're going to keep the same story. There was a lot of rumors in that story of, they were going to possibly introduce, some Mariner and stuff. So,
that can't stop them from introducing him. I mean, that's not going to stop it.
Right, exactly. But that's what I want to, that's what I'm interested in the Black Panther. I'm,
right.
Sure, like a side note, that wasn't, whoever or the actors that play Shuri, actually, whoever they cast as that, I'm fine with it, man.
I mean, I think it'll be different if she had already done Black Panther. I mean, look, I disagree with the firing, but
I disagree with the firing, but I'm also at the same. I'm on Troy's side of this, as far as like, why would you give up?
I agree with that, John. Look, I mean,
Exactly.
same time, Troy, give me $1 million.
Right.
It's not much. I'm not gonna.
That's what I'm saying. I make nowhere near that, but my job told me, hey, you got to do this or you're gonna get fired, and I'm gonna do it. I'm not getting fired. I have kids I got to feed. I have it's like I can be like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go get another job. No, I can't. I make good money. I'm not. Why would I do that?
I think, but like we said, if she had already done Black Panther, if she already been in Black Panther as Black Panther, I think it's a much different feeling, and that she'd have more of a leg to stand on. Then then you start playing it.
Right, absolutely.
You don't want to recast the main role. But I think that's for any of these hero movies. Aside from they already recast Spider-Man 3 times. I mean,
right.
So
right.
We've talked about it before. I don't even mind if they recast Black Panther, because I want to see the character of Black Panther. I don't want to see someone else doing this or that, whatever. But we'll see. I'm interested to see how that goes too. We have a little bit of time before that. But like you just said, I also want to see Submariner and all these other heroes, what their introduction to it. But anyway, I think that's it. We covered all the things we wanted to today, and we're going to meet later on this week to discuss. We got to discuss Hawkeye. We got to discuss Spider-Man movie. So that'll be probably our next episode. And I think that's it for right now. But anyway, let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, what your thoughts are on Hawkeye, Spider-Man, Black Panther, or anything Marvel, and what you'd like us to discuss. And as always, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to Comics and Pop. Bye-bye.